Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's video we are going to be doing the Tunisian simple stitch, and we're going to work this heart again, and then we can obviously compare the single crochet version to this one. So I've gone ahead and got my Afghan crochet hook, and then I've showed you this before, but this is what I've done with my bobbins today. They're all on a bobbin rack. I only needed 9 and this one holds 9. So they're all ready on there, and then obviously as you pull them they naturally unwind, so you haven't got to, and they don't go anywhere. That's the best thing. If you're working on a tiny pattern, they're awesome. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and start. Hold on, I'm doing it off camera, but I'll do it with you guys. The slip knot, hold that between your finger and thumb, the end, and then wrap the working yarn around. Put the back one over the front one, take the new back one, take it off your finger, put your hook in and pull it. Right, now I didn't print this off properly, I'm not sure why. I missed row number 1 is sort of there, but it's not. But we've got 25 stitches. So I've showed you before how to chain, so you'll need 25, but I'll do it again with you. Yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through. Make sure you never ever extend that and get it too long. Yarn over, pull through. That's 3. That one seems a bit big now. There we go. Yarn over, pull through, 4. Yarn over, pull through, 5. Yarn over, pull through, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. Now, if you remember me saying you don't need a chain, a loop in the first stitch, because this is not focusing properly. That's better. This loop is coming out of the first stitch, so that counts. So you find your second stitch, which is right there. There's 1, there's 2. So we pick up a loop in each one. So yarn over, pull up a loop, so you have 2 on your hook, into the next one. This is just a quick refresher in case you've forgotten. There's 3, into the next one, yarn over, pull up a loop, 4. Just keep going like that until you've got 25 loops on the hook. And always make sure that they're loose on your hook as well, because this part of the hook is slightly thinner than the main part, so you don't want to end up with tight stitches, or they won't slide up and down your hook very easily. Need to pull that. There we go. So let's just get through these. I've had to look around the camera because I find it hard to look in the camera and actually see what I'm doing. It feels weird. So I'm just looking around the camera just so I can get these on the hook ready. Save wasting time and going slow. Yeah. And then obviously when you reach the end, don't forget the last one, and then make sure that you have got 25 on your hook. So we have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 2, 4, 5. So that's correct. So now, as per the pattern, I'll just move that a little bit to focus down here now. We've got 2 plain rows of just yellow, so we're going to go back to taking these off again. So if you remember, the first stitch is always yarn over and pull through that first stitch all on its own, and then from here it's yarn over, pull through 2 loops on the hook. So yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. Now if you get lost and you don't know if you've pulled through 1 or through 2, this is the difference. Hold on, let me pull that through there. When you've pulled through 2, all you should have here is just a loop coming out of that stitch, okay? If you yarn over and pull through 1, you'll have that extra stitch sticking out right there, okay? Whereas it should be just the bar down. So you'll know the difference then. I've done it, trust me, when I first started. I wasn't sure if I'd pulled through 1 or pulled through 2. So if you've got this loop right here, you've only pulled through 1. If you've pulled through 2, you'll just have the bar and the one on the hook. Okay, so let's finish that row. Pull through 2, through 2, through 2. I have to say, although I don't like the fact that it's a one-sided blanket, most of mine are anyway because I put names on them, but this is the easiest stitch. This is the one I like the most because it looks so crisp. Okay, so we've got to the end. So now we need another row because the first one of the plain rows, I need a... Why do pens never work when you get them out? So that's the first row done. So I need another row of just plain yellow. So remember, this one counts for this bar right here on the edge. So we need to find the next one in, which is there. Yarn over, pull up a loop. Leave them all on your hook again. The next one, yarn over, pull up a loop. The next one, yarn over, pull up a loop. I'm going to do that all the way across. Hopefully you've got the hang of this by now, so I can just whiz through. If you need to stop the video, that's absolutely fine. Some people just... Go on. Sorry, that's Riley. He's doing his schoolwork and he's popping out the room. Some people pick it up a lot easier than others, and that's okay. You know, not everyone gets everything first time. I've been there, done that. And I'm quite a visual learner anyway, so if you're the same, you should find it fairly easy. Now, when you get to the end, don't forget you've got to pick up the 2 bars, the front and the back, yarn over, pull through. Now that's all your loops on your hook. Now, ideally you would check all the time that you've got the same amount of stitches, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So now we're going to take them all off again. So yarn over, pull through 1, always through 1 on that one. Yarn over, pull through 2, now all the way back. And you do need to be careful. There has been times I've pulled through 3 instead of 2, or 1 instead of 2, and I've not noticed. It's very easily done. But when you get to the end, pull through the last 2. You just check your bars, that they're all still on top of each other. I mean, if you've gone through 2, these 2 right here would be sat like in a triangle. The tops would be butted together. Okay, so now we're done with the second plain. See, it doesn't want to work again. The second plain row. The link for this is in the description. You know, if it doesn't work, let me know. But as far as I'm aware, it does. If you want to print it off, unless you want to just work along with me here, I'm going to do half. Sorry, some of my yarns are stuck under there. I'm going to do half of it with you guys today, and then probably finish it next week with you, maybe, or I'll put the next one out the end of this week, maybe. Depends on how fast you want to do it, really. Okay, so you've got to remember that sorry, this first row here is missing, so we've got to count that stitch. So we've got, I don't know why this isn't even in the middle of the camera. Anyway, we've got the edge stitch 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11. We've got 12 yellows, so this one obviously counts as the first one. It's only this stitch that the one on your hook actually counts. So we're going to go ahead and pick up the next one, which is 2 on your hook, and 3, and 4, and 5, and 6, and 7, and 8, and 9, and 10, 11, and 12. Okay, so we finished the yellow there. Let me just move that. Now we've got to pick up a red. Okay, so on my rack, we're going to, some traipsing these everywhere. That's attached. We're going to pick up this one, but what we're going to do, if you remember what I said last week, is you have your yellow and your red. You're going to take the red under the yellow that you're working on. Okay, just create a false loop in your fingers. Now the next stitch you pick up is red. Okay, now they should stay crossed, these two. Okay, and we only need one in red, so I've done it already. So now I need to pick up another yellow, and I've put them all in order ready. So now this is where you need to be careful. Okay, you need to make sure these two are away from each other, because you want to make sure you only put this yellow under the red. If you've accidentally got, hold on, if you knocking everything, if you've got the cross like further up here like this, you'll end up putting it under both. Okay, just make sure you've got your cross further down, so you only take the yellow under this red, above the cross, not below it. Okay, so false loop in your fingers again. Whoops. Now we're going to pick up the next stitch. You will have to kind of keep this tight because it will want to loosen, just because there's no knot or anything. So the next one, I'm going to pick up this new yellow, and according to the chart we've got to finish this row in yellow, so we just keep going. Oops. And it is normal to catch the yarn occasionally. It separates itself sometimes with the hook, so just be careful. Pull it back through and then pull it out again. And when we get to the end, remember this is a stitch right here, so you've got to grab the front bar and the back bar, yarn over, pull up a loop. So we're at the end of the row. This is what it looks like. That looks really big, but we're going to pull that tight when we get back to it. Don't worry about that. Now let me show you how you should be looking now. So you've got this crossover here, and then you've got, pull that up here a bit so you can see that crossover there. So all your yarns should be twisted. Okay, but we're going to untwist them on the way back. So okay, first stitch, remember, yarn over, pull through 1 on its own. That gives you the step up. Now we're going to yarn over, pull through 2 until we get to that red. Oops. The last 2 yellows, so yarn over, pull through those 2. Now you're just left with a yellow and a red, which is when you switch. Now this is where you need to lie this across the top and pick up the red from underneath, because that unknots your yarns, untwists, shall we say. You'll see in a minute. Now yarn over, pull through the yellow and the red. Now we've got 1 red and yellows, so now we need to switch back to a yellow. So now you have to be, sorry, I'm looking at it from over here. You have to be careful. You've got this yellow right here that you've just let go of. Push it to that side. It's this yellow you want. So lie this across the top. Pick up the yellow that you need. Swing it to the front. And then yarn over, pull through one red and one yellow. Now pull through two all the way back. Yarn over, pull through two. Yarn over, pull through two. All the way to the beginning. Last two. There we go. Oops. So now we have, let's just give that tail a tug. Just pulls it up a little bit neater. There we go. And that one. The loops can look big. That's okay. Just give the yarn a tiny little tug and it pulls them all back into line. So we've now got the first red square. Okay, so we're going to mark that one as done. Now you always read, with Tunisian stitch, you always read from right to left, always, okay? All rows are right to left when you're picking up. Because you're picking them all up and then you're taking them all off, which counts as one row. So you're going right back to the beginning, which is where you started, okay? So there's no turning and it's always read the same way. So this second row, we need one yellow less, because there's a red one right here. So we're going to go ahead and pick up the yellows. Remember, that counts as your first one. So go into the second horizontal bar, no, vertical bar, get it right. Pick one up in all of them except the last yellow. Don't touch the last yellow because we have to turn that into a red. So here we go, one more I think. Yeah, so we've got one yellow vertical bar left, which is now going to be a red. So we're going to lie our yellow across the top, grab the red, from underneath and put the yellow down there, and you can see the actual twist here. So we're going to pick up that last yellow in red. Now we know that there's a red on top of that red, so another red. And then we know that there's, where are you, another red on top of that yellow right there. So we've got another red to do. And that's it for the reds. Now we've got to go back to the yellows, which is here, and work the rest of the row. So we're going to lie this across the top. Figure out which is our old yellow, which is that one. This is the new one. So we're going to switch. It doesn't look much like a switch there because the yellow's coming from here instead. So now we're going to finish the row in yellow. If it was any more than one stitch, I would have sewn over it and took the colour with me. The red, no, the yellow, because then I haven't got a big bar at the back, just a float as they call it, I think. Now this last one is right here on the edge. We need to grab both of those bars, yarn over, pull up a loop. That's the end of that first half of the row. This is called, and it doesn't matter to you what it's called, but if you're ever interested, this is called the forward pass. And then when you take them all off again, it's called the return pass. So, just some, information for you. Not that you needed to know, but anyway, yarn over. Remember, pull through that first stitch on its own, so it creates the step up. Now yarn over, pull through two. Yarn over, pull through two, all the way back to the red. Through two, through two. Now it's the last two. So we're just left with one yellow. When you get to one, you change to the next colour. So you lie that across, lie that across the top. Pick up your red. Make sure it's not the tail. I've done that a few times. Now yarn over, pull through 1 yellow, 1 red. Now pull through 2 red. You're left with 2. Pull through those 2, you're left with 1, so it's time to change. So again, lie that across the top. You can tell I'm looking through the camera, can't you? Because I'm kind of fumbling. No, that's that one. Okay, I've got it. That's the yellow that you've already used. So you grab this yellow, just hold on to that red for a minute. Now we're going to yarn over, pull through 1 red, 1 yellow. Now we're back into the yellows. So yarn over, pull through 2, all the way back to the beginning. Okay, so that's where we are so far. It looks a little messy, but the more rows you do, the tidier it goes. And there is a little bit of curl, but as you notice, there isn't too much because I use the bigger hook size. It doesn't get rid of it, but it does reduce it. And see, as we've gone, we've untwisted our yarns. Okay, so now we're on row 5. So again, my paper keeps moving. We need 1 less yellow again. So this one counts as the first one. So we're going to pick up some yellows until we reach the red, but leave the last yellow empty, because we know that that's going to be a red. So here we go, 1 more. Okay, so we've got this last yellow right here. So we know that's going to be a red now, so we lie this across the top, grab the red and just tuck that yellow down the side of the red, and then we're going to pick up a red in the yellow, and we know we need 5 of those now, so there's 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Remember that last one is above a yellow. So now we need to swap to yellow again, so it's already crossed the yellow, so as long as you pick it up from underneath the red, or from this side of the red. Now we've got to finish the row in yellow. Like I said, if I'm going too fast, feel free to pause it, rewind it, whatever you need until you get it. Be careful, because sometimes it looks like there isn't one there, but there is. And this last one. Yarn over, pull up a loop. So that's the forward pass. Now for the return, which always starts with yarn over, pull through 1. Now yarn over, pull through 2, through 2, through 2, through 2, all the way back to the red. So we've got 1 yellow left, so we stop there. So put it across. So you can see the twist right there, look. And watch it untwist as I do what I do. Lie this across the top, pick up the red and let it go. See, now that yellow is disconnected, there's no twist. So we're going to yarn over, pull through 1 yellow, 1 red. Now just pull through 2 until you have 1 loop of red on your hook, which is there. And then we're going to switch back to the yellow. You can see the twist right there. So as I lie this over the top and pick up this yellow, as I work you'll see it pop over. So yarn over, pull through 1 red, 1 yellow, then yarn over, pull through 2 all the way back to the beginning. There we go. So this is what we have now. So let's just mark off that row, and we're going to move on again, and we're going to add a new colour in here. So I've just realised I've picked up my bobbins wrong. Let me just switch. Oops. Hopefully, no, wait a minute. Yeah, hopefully that's correct now. Anyway, we've got to do 1 short again, so we've got an extra red above this yellow. So we're going to pick them up until the last yellow. First one's already on the hook, so this second one right here, all the way across and miss the last one. Oops. One more. Okay, so we've got one left, so we're going to switch to the red, lie this across the top. I do it one-handed usually. Pick up the red from underneath and drop that yellow down the side. So we've got the first red in this yellow right here. Then we've got one in each of the reds. No, we haven't. We've got three because we've got a break here for a yellow. So we've got 1, 2 and 3. So now I've moved my bobbins and I've put the ones I haven't touched in the middle here. So now, ignore that yellow because that's at the end. Hold on. Those two are twisted. So now we're going to pick up this yellow underneath this red, make a false loop, and then we're going to do just one stitch because that's all it requires, just that one stitch there in yellow, pull up a loop. Now we need to go to red again. Now don't worry about your tails, but they can be a little confusing from time to time. You're not sure where they're coming from, but you've got your twists there. Okay, so we're going to pick up this red through the top of this yellow here, above the twist that's there from the previous colours. So now we're going to do 3 more red, which are these 3 here, one on top of the yellow. So the first red is there, second and third. Now we need to switch back to yellow, so that's the one that's already twisted. This is the one that isn't. Sorry, I was trying to figure them out. So you don't need to lie across the top, but you do need to make sure you pick up this yellow on the right hand side of this red, otherwise they won't twist. So now we need to go all the way to the end. And in that last one right there, and then yarn over, pull through that one all on its own, remember, to create the step up. Don't confuse that with going through them 2 loops on the side. You're just picking up a loop in them 2 loops on the side. You still have to yarn over and pull through that first stitch. Okay, so now we're going to yarn over and pull through 2 until we get to the red. And we've got 1 yellow left, so we have to switch to the red. So lie this across the top and pick up the red. So yarn over, pull through 1 yellow, 1 red, then yarn over, pull through 2, pull through 2. You're back to 1 red and a yellow. So you've got to switch. So you're going to lie this across the top. Let's move that one out the way because it's untwisted now, it's just not necessary. So pick up the next yellow, yarn over, pull through 1 red, 1 yellow, or whatever colour you've got, I keep saying that. And then we've only got 1 yellow again, so we need to flip back to red. So lie this across the top, pick up this red and go back to the front, yarn over, pull through 1 yellow, 1 red. It might be necessary to give them tails a little pull because these are quite big at the moment, so just go to the back. Don't pull hard. No, I'll do it in a minute because I've got too many tails. So yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, we're back to 1 and 1, well not 1 but 1 red, so we need to flick back. So lie that across the top. I've got the tail there as well. You always need to be careful that you're not pulling the tail instead. I've done that. Yarn over, pull through 1 red, 1 yellow. Now just pull through 2 all the way back. There we go. So that's another row down. So this is what we have so far. So I'm going to mark off another row. So our next row, we need 1 red on top of the yellow again, and we're only doing 3 red, 3 yellow, 3 red. So we're going to go ahead and knot this first one. We already have that loop, so pick up a yellow in all the vertical bars except the last one right by the red. Last one. Now this last one here, we need a red, so yarn over the top, grab that red from underneath and drop the yellow down the side. So, so 1 red above the yellow. Now we need 3 reds, remember, so there's 1, there's 2, and there's 3. We need 3 yellow, so we lie this across the top. It can be a little daunting because there's a lot of tails here as well, but generally, see, that's a tail. I would say generally you know what you're picking up. Clearly not. So we need 3 yellows. The first one is on a red, which is right there. So 1 yellow. See, I've pulled that stitch, that little vertical line there has gone really small, but it is still there. Just wriggle your hook through it or pull it loose again. There's 2, and the third one is above a red, and there's 3. So now we need to flip back to red. So lie this across the top, pick up the red and drop the yellow down the side. We need 3 reds, so there's 1, there's 2, and there's 1 above a yellow, there's 3. Flip back to the yellow, lie the red across the top. I think that's it. I am correct. Drop the red down the left hand side of the yellow and just start picking up the yellows in the remaining vertical bars. Don't forget that last one, pick up 2 legs, yarn over, pull up a loop. Now this is why you need an Afghan hook, because this is only a small square, this is only 25 stitches. When you're doing a graph gown, it can be upwards of 175, 200 maybe stitches, and they're going to be all down your cable down here when you've picked them all up anyway. So that's why you need one of these hooks. Right, okay, so we're back to the beginning. Let's pull them tails down out the way. Now we're going to yarn over, pull through 1 always. That gives you the edge stitch. Now yarn over, pull through 2 all the way to the red. Oops. Now we stop there because we've got 1 yellow left. We lie this across the top, pick up this red, because as you can see they're all twisted. Now yarn over, pull through 1 yellow and 1 of your new colour. Now pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, we're back to 1 red, which means we need to switch. So lie this across, I keep pulling it forwards, I'm so sorry. Lie it across the top, it's there, look, right there. And pick up this yellow. Now we need to yarn over, pull through 1 of each colour. Yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, you're left with 1, so it's time to switch again. Yarn across the top, pick up, nope, that's not the one. This is the, if you give it a little tug, you'll see the little loop on your hook move, so you'll know if you've got the right one. So yarn over, pull through 1 of each colour, then through 2, then through 2, and now we've got 1 again. So now we need to switch again. So yarn across the top, pick up the yellow, and we carry on 1 through each colour, and now yarn over through 2 all the way back to the beginning. And then as you can see, all my strands are now untwisted again. It's all good. So you never have to worry about them twisting, because they only twist on the way there, they untwist on the way back. But remember, if you don't twist them, these won't actually stick together. You'll have a yellow piece by itself, you'll have a red piece by itself, then another yellow and a red and another yellow. These will not be connected unless you do the twist. So now I'm going to run through the next row with you. So this time Again, we are one less because we've got a red above. So we're going to pick up until we reach the reds, but not in the last one. This does take longer, this stitch, than the other stitch I showed you, because it's essentially 2 rows for one, whereas the other one it's a row there, turn it, and a row back. It's 2 rows, so it does take longer, but overall the fabric is thicker. Anyway, we've got 1 yellow vertical bar left, so we're going to switch. So hold this above, pick up the red from underneath. Now that one's a red. Now we need 2 more. So 1 in there and 1 in there. Now we need to switch back to the yellow, which is 5 yellows. So we're going to lie this across the top, pick up the yellow from underneath and drop that red down the left hand side of the yellow. So we need 5. So the first one's in this red. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now stop there because we only need 5. We need 3 reds again now, so pull this to the left, keep it above, pick up the red from underneath and drop the yellow down the side of the red. So we need 1, 2, and our third one's above a yellow. Right there. Now there, it's above a yellow. So 3. Now we need to flick back to yellow, so we lie this across the top. Ignore that one. See, they sometimes get in each other's way, so be careful. So hold the red across the top, pick up the yellow from underneath, drop the red down the left hand side of the yellow, and then we finish the rest of the row with yellow. And then into this last one right here, the 2 bars, don't forget, yarn over, pull up a loop. Now we're going to take them off again, so yarn over, pull through just the 1, and then we're going to pull through 2 all the way back to the red, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, through 2, oops, through 2, and through 2. Now we've only got 1 yellow left, so we switch. So we put this across the top, pick up this red from underneath, and then we just essentially let that yellow go down the right hand side this time. So yarn over, pull through 1 of each colour, and then you're going to pull through 2 and pull through 2 back to 1. So we're going to switch again. So not that one, it's this one. Sorry, this one was in my way, but it's not that one. Hold on, is it that one or is it this one? No, it's this one. I'm being silly. Lie your yarn across the top, grab your next yellow, and then you're going to pull through 1 of each colour. Now pull through 2, pull through 2, pull through 2, pull through 2. Now you're left with 1 again. So it's time to switch again. Yarn across the top, grab this from underneath and lie that down the right hand side. So yarn over, pull through 1 of each colour. Now you pull through 2, pull through 2, you're back to 1. Time to switch again then. So lie it across, pick up this yellow, and then we finish the row. Pull through 1 of each colour and then pull through 2 all the way back to the beginning. So this is where we're at now. Okay, so we're gonna mark off that row. Keep that up there. I feel like it keeps moving. Right. I'm going to do 1 more row with you. Okay, if you've printed this off and you've done pretty well up till now and you're keeping up, you're on the same row and you've got it the same, looking the same as mine, then feel free to carry on and finish it for yourself. I will finish it, I don't know, just later. On another video maybe. Yeah, because I want to finish it with you all because you need to know how to finish it off. So right, this row we're going to go 1 short again. So pick up a yellow in all the vertical bars except the last one right before the red. So here we are, we've got 1 vertical bar left in yellow. So we're gonna grab this red from underneath and lie the yellow down the left hand side. First one is above a yellow. We still only need 3 though, so there's 2 and there's 3. Now we got to flip back to the yellow because we've done these 3. That's why, because I'm pulling on this all the time. Forgot what I was saying. Yeah, we only needed 3, so now we've got to work our way across in yellow, and the yellow ends on the first red of the other side. So we're going to pull this across. My hook's in the way. Grab the yellow from underneath, put the red down the left hand side. The first one's above a red, so do all the yellows. Oops. And then the last one is above a red, so we've got one more to do right there. So now we're going to flick back to the red, so keep this on the left, pick the red up from underneath and drop the yellow down the left hand side, and you can see it's done the twist. Now we need 3 reds. 1. Each vertical bar counts as a square on here, okay, so it'll be easy to follow. 2, 3, that third one is above a yellow, so now we need to flick back to yellow, not that one, this one. Again, pick it up underneath and drop the red to the left of the yellow. So we need to pick one up in all these remaining yellows, not forgetting that last one right on the edge there. Pick up the 2 bars, yarn over, pull up a loop. So now we're going to take them all off again. So yarn over, pull through that first one on its own, your side stitch complete. Now we're going to yarn over, pull through 2 until you're left with 1 yellow stitch on your hook of this side anyway. There we go. So now we're going to flip back to the red, so pull that across, pick up the red, and then we drop this yarn this time to the right hand side. So yarn over, pull through 1 of each colour, then pull through 2, you're back to 1 red, so we know it's time to change. So yarn across the top, pick up this yellow, and then as you drop that red you'll notice it comes untwisted, it lies across the bottom. So yarn over, pull through 1 red, 1 yellow. Now yarn over, pull through 2 until we hit 1 yellow loop on our hook, which is right there. We know we've got to swap, so yarn across the top, pick up this red underneath and drop that down the right hand side of the red. So yarn over, pull through 1 of each colour, then yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, and you're back to 1. So we've got to switch again. So yarn across the top, pick up this yellow, drop the red to the right hand side, yarn over, pull through 1 of each colour, then yarn over, pull through 2, through 2, through 2, through 2, and through 2. Oops. So if you've managed it, it should be looking like mine right now, and you can see all these vertical bars, and it looks more, the edges look cleaner on a Tunisian simple stitch blanket. You know, the whole thing just looks crisper and neater, but the back looks nothing like the front, but that's okay. Usually when I do a blanket, like I said, I put a name on it, and you can't flip a name the other way around anyway, so you know, but this is generally a thicker fabric than the single crochet one that I do. Right guys, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 I think. If you ever forget like how many rows you've done because you've forgotten to mark off, each vertical bar counts as a row. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 and 9. This one up here counts 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Well, I've only got 8. I didn't mark off the row I've just done. That's why. See? Easily done. So I should have 9 vertical bar rows. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 and 9. Yep. So I'm going to leave you guys with that. If you're feeling brave enough, like you've got it, then well done. Just well done. Go ahead and finish it if you want to. that's not a problem. I will come back and finish it with you later on, and then I will show you how to take your yarn off, because the last row is always different, because yeah, you just need to fill. If you don't finish it off properly, you're going to end up with this last row looking like really gappy, and you don't want to do that. So you have to do sort of a row all on its own, which sort of fills in all these gaps. But I'll show you how to do that when I come back next time and finish this heart square with you. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you've understood. If there's any questions, feel free to leave them in the comment section. I will help you as much as I can, because I want you to get it as much as I do. So yeah, any questions, don't worry about how silly it might sound. Everyone has questions and everyone understands differently. So any questions, leave them down below. I will answer you and I will help you as much as I can. So until next time guys, take care, stay safe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye guys.